people had a hard time believing that, seeing those photos.
Yeah, I think if they saw the scene, the actual scene before things were moved around and the media took pictures the way they did.
Freudian slips, they happen all the time, especially with you, Tony Huge, because you're a lawyer. See how that can work against you, buddy? Before the media moved things around because the media got there before the police. John Bravo with the side profile, moving camera so we can see every new hair follicle that he's replaced. Doesn't want to get down to the brass tacks, the brass facts. Before the media, what, Tony?
I think it was very obvious. To me, it was like obvious. Oh, I walk in and, oh yeah, it happened. You know, like this is something that would happen someday.
Yeah.
How did we let this guy off the hook? He rationalized it by saying, yeah, this could happen someday. You're just basically saying that, yeah, I think Leo, it was just any day now where he's just going to get murdered in the bathroom. What? TH. How did we let this man off the hook? Seriously. You had Connor Murphy come in the night before, so you knew they were kind of beefing a little bit there, buddy. You know, with Leo calling out his psychedelic abuse and saying that it could potentially ruin his brain, and Connor on a mission to... I'll let Connor tell you himself.
Andrew Tate takes all kinds of drugs, but apparently he doesn't even know it.
Had you ever taken drugs?
Never in my life. I've never tried a drug in my life.
So what's hilarious to me is how Andrew Tate, the free thinker, our savior from the tyrannical psyop that is the Matrix, still subscribes to the Matrix's paradigm of drugs. See, we've been inculcated with a belief system around substance utilization. The term drug is completely connotational. It's as bereft of meaning as the liberal definition of a woman. A drug is simply a substance which has a physiological effect when ingested or otherwise introduced into the body. In other words, nothing exists that isn't a drug, because literally anything, food, water, sunlight, and of course nicotine, which Andrew Tate has quite the predilection for, has some sort of physiological effect when introduced into the body. See, the Matrix has indoctrinated us with an ideology based on a set of principles that advance a specific agenda, where some substances are classified as drugs to incite the fear within you necessary to deter you from taking them. Just because something is classified as a drug doesn't mean it's bad. It simply means that the Matrix doesn't want you taking it. Mr. Tate, the Matrix runs deeper than you could possibly imagine, and you still have a glut of work to do to escape it.
So a drug is simply just a substance introduced into the body, right? So that golf club that you introduced into Leo's body is a drug? The fuck are you talking about, man? Do you see how this guy is a walking fallacy? You want to accept the fact that you take drugs. Just say that, man. But in 5 seconds, we can basically roll this out as a fallacy. If you want to take drugs, brother, do it responsibly and do it with moderation. Yeah, that's all. We're just going to nitpick a 10-second clip. This is a 1 hour and 10-minute video. Do you see how I could do this with every single word that comes out of this man's mouth? You know how Pinky Doll, I don't know if you guys have ever been to TikTok. She's an NPC on TikTok. Every time you pay her, she makes a move. So she is, hypothetically, time for dollars, the richest person on earth. Every time she moves or says a word, she makes money. In the adverse, Tony Huge, every time you speak, every word that you utter, I will break down and I will psychoanalyze. But today we're not going that route. We're gonna go a little bit more lighthearted today. We'll save that for another day, because it's gonna be a long summer, a long fall, and a long winter. Until, that case we're talking about, until that case is solved.
Just how fast can I do a testosterone TRT steroid injection? Well, I've got this costume on here. This is from Joe Aesthetics, by the way. It's a cowboy hat, because I'm going to do a quick drop, fast as I can.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm all for original content. I'm all for original content. I know you guys see me using these guys as content and just reacting to it, so it's like not original content. So I give Tony huge, props in this regard that, this is original content. But I just want you guys to know that the money has got to be running dry. No one's buying your protocol. No one's buying your concoctions. No one's buying your perpetual blends.
What are the dangers and precautions associated with insulin use in bodybuilding? I've really only seen one terrible thing ever happen with it, and that is someone takes too much because they accidentally misread the insulin needle. See, the insulin needle has 100 units on it, and 100 units on an insulin needle means 100 units of insulin. But bodybuilders usually start using growth hormone before they start using insulin, and so they familiarize themselves with the syringe as being 1 through 10 instead of 1 through 100, which means...
Yeah, Tony, down the line, if you ever see my videos, do not strike my videos. I just want to preface this by saying your videos are being used under fair use. I'm not no rat. I'm not no snitch. I do want due process to occur and for karma to find its way, but I would never alert the powers that be that you should not be on YouTube. I don't care enough. I don't ever stop no one's bag. I don't stop another man's bag. That's one thing my dad taught me. I will never stop another man's bag. So I'm not going to tell you, dude, that you ain't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? But if you strike my channel, I might just do that. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not putting music in this video. So down the line, please don't copyright my stuff. All right? Yeah, I don't want to super simplify this man's video, but like literally it's a minute video, and he said, what are the dangers and precautions associated with insulin use in bodybuilding? In conclusion, the Cliff Note version is basically he's saying the only risk involved in using insulin on a bodybuilding stage or even in human growth and development is misreading the dosages. Would someone like to come in the comments and maybe just jump in and show me maybe 2 or 3 other precautions and dangers? I'm going to show you that, like, the content is running dry. It's running dry. No one wants to eventually go manic and, I don't know, maybe hop out of a 10th floor window of a burning building. Yeah, that'll be our next video. We'll get back on track. But this one is just to show you guys that this boy is starving for money. I don't even know if I could put this up. The video starts out with a side ass cheek I'm like, whoa, Tony Huge, bro. Come on, man. I mean, you've already exploited everything you can exploit. The Thai women, Bravo, the lady boys. Go ahead and exploit Connor again. Bring Connor back and interview him. Or
genuflection.
It looks like the content mill is running dry. I wanted to show you guys that, they don't have anything really to monetize or to post. You should have thought twice before murking the pretty much human content mill in Leo and Longevity. You said yourself, Tony, that he would literally stay up off of Adderall and uppers for 24 hours and research. He would sleep for a day, and then he would come back out and power out videos. I mean, I guess for you, it was a Pyrrhic victory, right? Because you got your Thai woman, you got Foxy, Connor got Kennetha. You guys are all a match made in heaven. But the real mission, the pharmacology, the biohacking, you have no knowledge or no passion to find the knowledge like Leo did.
Injectable Dianabol, injectable Anadrol. I'm chubby.
Yeah, just plain fat.
And the prostitute came up to me. Methyltren.
The woman's place in the household. I know.
Normal trend, you're able to keep a harem. Let's be completely honest with you, is money. That's
and Leo would wake up after that 24-hour sleep, and he would power out a video. He wasn't worried about going out to the club. He wasn't worried about messing with ladyboys. He actually wasn't worried about a harem.
This isn't the life for everyone. Because you're not going to have a social life. Because if you're my age or you're someone younger, she's going to want to go to dinner on a Friday night when LeBron is playing. She's going to want to go do things when a Monday night or Thursday night football is on. But you can't.
can't.
Because you gotta watch.
You
And
gotta
I don't
watch.
watch with sound
Yeah.
because I'm not contaminated about what they say. What you hear me say on this show or what I tweet is all me. You should want to go out and learn more about football. I wanted to learn more about basketball, so I watch intently every single game.
Stop lying to the people, Tony. Stop lying to the people. Come on, man. Leo could barely handle one woman. You think he's gonna want to handle 5? You are the one that messed up the content mill. You could have pumped out endless videos instead of clipping old videos that aren't getting you any views.
Physique check, just like abs are still
These
there.
are his goals. My goal is mainly to get back to research very well.
No one cares about what y'all used to say. We want to hear new research. We want to hear new studies. Because even more plates, more dates. He's not falling off, but he's kind of waiting until something hits the papers, and then he will talk about it. He's already broached every topic that you really could broach to, do deep dives on. Leo, on the other hand, would have brought you some content, buddy. So the Pyrrhic victory is you getting your girl, but taking a man off of this planet that was a well of untapped wisdom. Let's go back on this dude's top again, man. No Diddy. We're going back on Tony Hughes' top. Oh, by the way, Tony, don't kick back on the HGH. I'm noticing that, certain parts of your body are getting enlarged that shouldn't be enlarged. So be careful there, buddy. I know I'm natural, so the only thing that I put in my body is caffeine, a little bit of ginseng root, a little bit of pre-workout, DHAA, you know what I'm saying? I might got my hands on a little bit of a pre-workout that kicks, but that's about it. No concoctual blends. So, Tony, we'll be back on you here soon, man. I'm not letting you off the hook. It's J.V. And everything about us is blue collar, and we gets it out the mud. Stay tuned.